Hey guys, I'm back with another stream. Yeah, yo, I'm really fucking motivated. I slept today so many hours, and now I'm really awake. And maybe I can stream longer today, like longer than an hour. That would be really cool. But sometimes I need a break, you know. Streaming can be really exhausting. Guys, I have to tell you something. Today in the morning, I woke up and I was like, I'm not gonna continue streaming. That's stupid. Why am I doing that? I shouldn't do that. I'm a embarrassment. It's really horrible what I'm doing, you know? But, wait. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, wait, I'm going to go on my channel because the problem is, wait a second. Go. Okay. Okay. So okay, I'm gonna let this stream be online so that I can see how many people are actually. What is going on? Why can't I? I'm confused. Why is it not working? Okay. I'm gonna let it be like that so that I can see how many people there are and that I can see the chat too. Okay. Yeah. I'm usually looking at that at my phone. But I don't, my phone is loading right now. So if the stream should stop, that is because my phone is losing battery. Because I have to get internet from my phone, and I don't know if I load my phone but I'm using internet if my phone is losing still battery. I don't know. So okay. So we're gonna continue drawing this manga. I'm really fucking motivated. You can't believe how motivated I am. You know, today I was thinking about my manga. But something I noticed is, like, sometimes I imagine really crazy things for my manga. And at the beginning I felt like shit thinking about that I all have to draw this and I'm not there yet. You know? But now I'm just happy with creating and I don't really think about, like, me as an artist, I don't really think about the end result. I just look at the whole journey and I'm just having fun with the process itself instead of with the end result, you know? And that's how it should be because there's so much story I want to tell that I cannot tell at the moment. So yeah. Wait. Wait a second, I have to look at my storyboard. Ah, okay. I am gonna delete that. Can I just delete that? Can I just... No. I wanna delete that. Okay. Mid-Ebene löschen. Okay. Okay. We're 2 people in stream. That's cool. Yeah, but I think I'm slowly getting my grind for YouTube, and I think I will continue this. You know, but you can just continue this if you have fun with it. I think that's the most important thing. Like, you have to have passion for it. And the reason why I'm losing passion for YouTube sometimes is not because I don't like to do it. It's because I feel ashamed about what I'm doing. You know, sometimes I look at my channel and I'm like, well, that stuff is fucking meaningless. Like, and I also am sometimes ashamed. Was somebody already writing in the chat? No. I'm sometimes ashamed that the stuff I'm doing sucks, you know? I'm really feeling insecure, and then I don't feel motivated to do videos because I care too much what others think. And this is not a good thing. Like, I shouldn't give a fuck about what other people think, you know? But I somehow kind of do, you know? And, yeah, that kind of sucks, you know? I shouldn't care too much about what other people think, you know? Yeah. I should just be proud of myself and be happy. And actually, the stuff I'm creating is meaningful to people. Like, it gives people meaning in their lives, so I should be happy about that, you know? I should be proud about that, you know? Even if I think, this is sometimes the thing, sometimes we don't notice how great we are, but other people see how great we are, but we don't notice it ourselves, because we're so overcritical with ourselves, and we're perfectionists, and we're totally destroying ourselves mentally because we don't see the light that we shine with, you know? And that's fucking awful. And I don't want that because it makes me fucking depressed. I don't want that shit. You know? Yeah. So, for some people there is meaning behind my videos. And even if it's just 4 people clicking on a video, 4 people were invested into this. This is already cool, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that, but you see, I'm here. So that means I've decided to come back. And still gonna do YouTube. Yeah. And okay. Also with my manga, you know, I'm sometimes like, yeah, it's not really that great and stuff, but now I just think about not the end result, but about the whole process. And I'm just living the whole process, and I'm having fun with the process. And I think for me as an artist, you as a reader may think different, because you as a reader, you don't really see the process, except when I stream it, but you don't create it yourself. So for you, it's what the story is in the end that is meaningful. But for me, there's much more going on. So for me, it's more about the process and the fact that I'm deciding every day to sit down and draw another page. That's much more meaningful. Even if the end result is not... I mean, the end result should be good, but even if the end result is not perfect or like not the craziest life-changing piece of art, I still should be proud of myself that I sat down and did it. You know? That's already enough meaning. It doesn't matter if it's good in the end. The fact that I'm creating, it's not for me to be healthy and feel good in my mind. It shouldn't be that my art should be good. It should be that my art that I'm creating. And of course, I'm trying in the creative process to make good art. But the fact that I'm creating is more important than the fact that I'm creating something good. And the fact that I'm creating something is already, for people, something interesting to consume. And even if not a lot of people would read it, which I don't even think, I think I'm good enough. But even when not a lot of people would read it, I'm still creating. So this is already good enough. Even if nobody would read it, I'm creating something, and that's already good enough. And this is what I should be thankful for, and that makes me happy, and that's enough. And I don't care if I get famous. I just want to create. It's when you want to be famous, it's so fucking hard. You can dream of being famous, but it shouldn't hurt your mind. You shouldn't obsess with it and be like sad that you're not famous there, you know? You can daydream, but like on a healthy matter. Sorry, I talk so much that I'm kind of exhausted talking. So yeah, it's more about creating than actually making good art. Doing it, sitting down and doing it. That already makes a difference, because imagine there's so many artists who don't draw as much as I do because they procrastinate or they want to be perfectionists and they're not happy with their art, so they stop doing it. But I'm sitting down and I'm doing it, and I just don't care about good art. I just care about creating, and that makes good art. And that's fascinating. You know, the more you do it, you somehow will get better in it. So creating is the most important part, and not just yeah. That's a much better, like, because then you actually trick your mind with doing more. If you don't force yourself to be a good artist, then you become a better artist because you just care about the creative process. And you shouldn't give a fuck about if your art is good. You shouldn't give a fuck about that, you know? Of course, like, okay. Of course I want my art to be good, but you're aiming for your art to be good in a way that you are like, it comes from a natural desire, so you pay attention to make it good, but it's something that just flows. It flows because you're creating, so you're so used to creating that you actually can focus much better and actually pay attention how to make it good, you know? But the first and foremost thing is just sitting down and fucking do it. Even if your drawing looks fucking ugly, keep doing it. You know, the more you are a perfectionist, the harder it will be to actually sit down, because you will be unhappy about your art. Just keep and be proud. When you are somebody who draws a lot, you can be proud. There are so many people who don't do that. You know, who just are perfectionists and they don't do it. This is actually a great topic to talk about, and I think I'm gonna talk about this also in my manga. I think my main character, Luro, so this girl over here, she's in this situation, you know, where she was really mentally unstable, so she never was a good fighter, but then she starts to work hard, and there are people who already started when they were kids, so they always got praised. But it didn't work that hard because they always got praised from the beginning. and she's working hard because she has nothing, and she's just creating, and then she gets better and better, and she overcomes, like, she gets stronger than some talented kids, you know? Yeah. So there's a lot of emotion going on. I think I'm gonna put a character into the story that I didn't want it to do in the first place because she was too much. But I think I'm gonna put her in. There are too many characters right now. There's so many characters, and I got rid of some characters because there were too many. And I was like, I can't focus on the characters anymore. But maybe I'm gonna put everybody in and I don't give a fuck. And I just keep putting characters in. But I don't know if I can focus them, you know? I don't know. I think characters are even interesting when they're not in the story right now. You know, the fact that you're building up to a character, you don't have to have cool characters always in your story the whole time. You can like create momentum by not introducing them every time, but the moment they are appearing, they're important, you know? I guess. As long as you put enough detail about him into the story. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, I just created this character, but the character doesn't get any screen time because there are too many characters, and we don't focus on this character. Yeah. Okay. That looks actually kinda goated. Dude, my art becomes better and better. I'm proud because I don't give up. So, chat is shy today. Nobody is, writing something down. But people are watching. That's cool. Maybe people are listening. Maybe the stuff I'm saying is so fucking interesting that people don't want to, that people don't want to, that people don't want to, that people don't want to talk. I don't know. I know. Maybe I'm such an interesting person that talks so many interesting stuff. You know? Yeah. So, you know, I have to do a pause because sometimes it can be really exhausting to put thoughts out in a way that you talked so much that you don't want to talk anymore because it was fucking exhausting. I told myself that when I'm going to play Smash Bros. In the future when I should have a PC, then I'm going to when I'm going to have a PC, then I'm going to still talk while playing Smash Bros. I don't know if that's possible, playing while... Maybe it's just training. Maybe you just have to train it to play Smash Bros. While talking. Because I don't want to be like, Hey, I'm just playing the game and nobody can't, like, it's just, you just watched me playing the game and I don't really have anything to say, you know? So, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I just shouldn't care so much and people would still tune in and have a fun time with me playing the game and watch me evolving in the game, you know? I don't think we shouldn't care so much about what is meaningful, because then the meaningful stuff becomes overwhelming and then you have bad mental health. And there is nothing less meaningful than having depression. It sucks. It sucks. It fucking sucks. Okay. Okay, that is already the rate. So, I don't have as much viewers anymore. I hope I can. Maybe today I will be able to get another subscriber. Because I usually. Wait. Still nobody is writing in chat, okay. I usually get. I usually get new subscribers when I stream. At least that was the thing over the last days. So, getting 1,000 subscribers isn't as unrealistic as it first seemed. You know? Okay, she cries. And this eye. Life as an artist can be hard, but you have to keep going. You create, and you become better in it, and you keep creating, keep grinding, keep working hard. People see that and people acknowledge that one day. Okay, so we are moving forward. We're slowly finishing the next page. I have to program today. I definitely have to program today because I have to get better in programming. Yeah. The problem is I have to sleep a lot right now. That fucking sucks. And I hope I can take less medication in the future. That I don't sleep so much anymore. Yeah. Until then I will just draw. And yeah. Okay, wait, I'm really afraid. Like, I really hope I will sleep less in the future. But I think there will be a way. There must be a way. And there will be a way in the future that I just don't sleep so much anymore. Wait. There's this character. I have to see Xavier for a second. That is that dude. I have to see how he looks because his character design is a little bit more detailed. Okay. I'm gonna put it here for a second. Okay. I'm gonna have money in the future. I'm convinced I will be able to do that and still draw. Because I calculated, like, if I have like a job, a part-time job where I work around like 4 hours a day, I'm still having like 6 hours kind of to draw. So that's enough. Okay. Okay. I want just let it be like that. That's alright. I don't have to draw. I don't have to draw the whole thing. Okay. Next page. Gonna put that away. So next page is going to be I have to sneeze, but I cannot sneeze. It sucks, nobody's really going into chat. The last time I was streaming, there were much more people in chat. There were sometimes around 6 people in chat, and now there are lesser people in chat. That kind of sucks. But I keep going. I made a tweet. 3 tweets actually. Or like on X I post a tweet. And was posting my art. I guess fate decided that I have to work hard. But then I have to have a lot of stuff to tell. If I have to work harder than other people to be seen, you know, then I get a lot of life experience from that, and that's cool. I definitely want to read Nietzsche. You know? And look at the story where the character starts with nothing and becomes strong. It's fucking satisfying. Because there's so much tension, and I can tell a story like this because of the life experiences I have, you know? Yeah. Okay, so we are at page 12. So almost halfway through. Almost halfway through. That's fucking amazing. Amazing. I'm really motivated. With one fucking viewer. Damn, dude. Am I sarcastic? Yes, I am. Do I mind? No. I kind of mind a lot. But what should I do? Sit in a corner and cry? No. I just have to accept it, and I have to keep going. I have to go through it in hard mode. Some people have to go through this fate. It may be unfair, but nobody fucking cares. Okay. Chapter 9. No, not chapter 9. Chapter 10 actually. The next chapter will make cover art actually. I'm really excited for this because I finally can draw in color again. I don't really draw in color that much. Yeah. One viewer. 2 viewers. Hello. Do I scare you? Yes. This person just stared at me and was like, nah, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not gonna talk to this person. This person is stupid. I'm gonna leave. Okay. Okay, so I'm still standing. 2 viewers. When I don't talk, people are more invested because they can't listen to my stupid talking. And they think like, who is that person? Dude, every time I say something, people just leave. But I don't know what is the reason for their leaving. You know? Okay. But one person stays in. One person keeps watching. That's cool. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use this one and I'm gonna go to okay. Wait, no. Maybe 30, 40, 45. Yeah, that's good. Okay. That's alright. Wait. Okay. I just feel a little bit like I'm talking to a fucking wall. Because nobody's really reacting. But, yeah. It's alright. It's alright. You know? And also something you have to understand. When nobody's reading your art, for example, when I see nobody's really reading my art, I just say that everybody's just stupid. I'm not making jokes here. I'm just saying, like, people are just stupid. People don't understand the genius. And they don't value it. Especially if you are a small artist. People don't give a fuck about you. People are so easily into people who are big. But when they see you are a small artist, they don't give a fuck about you. You know, they will be much more like, I don't care about the small artist. Even though when they would create something good, people don't really care at the beginning. People are fucking stupid. I mean, quite honest, a lot of people are stupid. They don't value my art because I can see my art. My art is not the best, but I can see that my ideas are good, you know? And it's not just about the art, it's about the ideas. But people don't... They just run fully after the hypes. I think a lot of people just run after what is like, what everybody likes, you know? It's the difference with people who don't know. There are people who would value it, but they don't know. But when there are a bunch of people just full of fucking hypes, or who are just stupid to understand what is good art, then yeah, it fucking sucks because it makes it harder to reach people who actually would understand your art. And I think a lot of people just don't see it. But those people who click on it and not supporting it are like, I'm not making jokes. When they would read stupid stuff, I would be like, you're fucking stupid because my art is actually good. And this is not because I'm arrogant. I'm not arrogant, it's just a fact. My art is not the best. Like, the way I draw is not the best, but my ideas are fine, you know? And you can acknowledge this as an artist. Even if people would say you are an arrogant artist, then I am an arrogant artist. Then I am a narcissist. I don't give a fuck. Okay. But I knew that at the beginning not a lot of people would understand my story. Because it's not for dumb people, and a lot of people are dumb. So dumb people click on it and they don't get it. You know? You see all the stuff that Webtoon, like the stuff that gets famous on Webtoon, people read that. So there are apparently a lot of dumb people liking that stuff. And they don't understand true taste. You know? Yeah. The fucked up part is my story is for the mainstream. So I just think it takes time. That makes it even more stupid. Because some works are not for the mainstream, so they're hard to get seen, but my art is capable of being in the mainstream, and that makes it even more fucked that people are clicking on it and they're not really supporting it. But I think there are a lot of people who read it, just not enough. Who want to support it, but it's just not enough. People forgetting about it, yeah. Those people are idiots. There will be a lot of idiotic people reading your stuff. And those people will influence in the beginning how many... The less it gets clicked, the less people see it, of course. You know? Because then it doesn't get recommended. And I think because my art is so real... And like, I don't mean the drawing style. My drawing style is not really that great, but like the story I'm telling is so real that a lot of insecure people read it and they don't give a fuck about it because they're not as badass as me. Like, this is for people who are badass, who are great motherfuckers. You know, and people who are just stupid, well, they will not like it because they can't relate to it because I'm over them. You know, probably I'm just too cool for them and I need to reach cool people. There are enough cool people in the world. Even though there are a lot of idiots out there. But those insecure motherfuckers will read it too. Fucking weeps who just want to read isekai. And those people will not fucking relate to that. So when they don't relate to that, they don't want to read it. That's it. Because my characters are too cool for it. I think that's it. Yeah, I really think that's it. But there are a lot of cool people out there who just don't know about it. And this is the thing. There are a lot of people out there. I know this because I watch different kind of YouTubers and I see sometimes comment section and I'm like, yeah, those people in the comment section will probably like my story. So I'm optimistic. I'm looking optimistic into it, you know. Two viewers. What? There were like 9 viewers for a second. What? And I guess the people who are the most on the internet are mostly people who are stupid or like who don't have a social life. So those people influence the start of a good, interesting artist first. So that means those people control the algorithm much more at the beginning when you are still small. So people who have a life, they don't just go on YouTube that often, but they would be invested, they would take time for you videos, you know? But those people are not that often online. So those people don't really see your stuff, you know? Because they don't control the algorithm so much. I think that perfectly makes sense. And I'm saying this because my art says truth. You know, I'm getting better and better, so I'm telling the truth. I'm a ocean of wisdom. Damn, that looks cool. Okay, so I'm going to draw the face now. And I think something that makes YouTubers also interesting for people, when people actually can feel when you are offline because you have your life together and you're not online 24 hours. I think then people when you are sometimes offline because you do other stuff in life, I think then people feel that you are a cool motherfucker and they are more curious about what you're doing. It's like a little bit like, not like dating, but they say that also in dating, that people kind of feel when you have something going on in your life. And people, doesn't matter if dating or friends, people like people who have something going on in their life, you know? We are more invested in those kind of people. You know, so even if you're offline, you're creating a momentum by not being online all the time and not posting all the time. And that makes it more personal and people being more invested, people asking questions what you're doing when you're not doing a video. And they're curious about you because they feel by you not posting something, they feel that it's a reaction. It's kind of a reaction and people feel that there's something going on. It's like a little bit with if you would write with someone and they see or read, they see your message but they're not reading it. I don't mean it in a like crazy parasocial way. I mean it in a like healthy viewer creator relationship. Not relation. I don't like the word relationship, but I don't mean parasocial viewers. I mean like viewers who just are curious about your stuff, you know? There's nothing wrong with healthy curiosity. Okay. It's really hard to keep more than one viewer right now. That really fucking sucks, but I just have to accept it. Okay. I truly think you can influence people. We are all like connected together and we're all influencing each other more than we think. You know, and you can change the world. I truly think that. I keep saying that. So with everything you do, you have an impact on someone, in a way, you know? And the more you're doing it, yeah, I truly think that, you know? It just takes time. And this is the same when I draw art. I'm influencing people with my art, in a way. Emotion can't be denied. Damn, that looks good. Damn. Okay. Okay. You have to live your art. You can't just be like, I'm gonna draw a character from every angle. Like, you can do that, that's good practice, but not like, I'm drawing every mouth in the same way every time I draw the same character in the same position. Like, no. Okay. We're gonna draw. Can I keep 2 people in chat? Wait. Okay. In the stream. Can I keep 2 people in the stream? Can I keep 2 people in the stream? 2 people are watching. Oh my fucking gosh. Okay, so we're gonna draw now another speech bubble. I don't know if it's interesting if I say like, yeah, guys, we're gonna draw this now. I don't know if that's interesting to people, but I have to say that sometimes to that you understand what is happening. I just don't really think what I'm saying right now. I'm just whatever. Okay, so there are 2 people watching, and they apparently keep watching. You know, sometimes it's hard to keep the stream going and be like, oh, I have to continue saying interesting stuff, you know? That's hard sometimes, but because I don't want to bore people, you know? Okay. We're gonna put some white into it. I mean, there are even people watching artist streams that are fucking silent, like where the artist is not talking, which I would never do because, like, I mean, it's cool to see people draw, but to me it's just not that interesting. But maybe those people just want to see somebody draw, so it's alright. Okay. So I have to do a break for a second because my hand is hurting. My right hand is hurting. Okay. By the way, to the people who don't know this character I'm drawing right now, her name is Duro. She's my character of my manga Stormbreaker that I'm a manga artist, and or comic artist, manga artist, whatever. It's in a kind of manga style. And yeah, I am this kind of artist, and I'm really unconventional in my art, I think. I'm doing whatever I want and how I feel like it and what I can do. I do what I can do. That's what I do, and I'm not stressing out about being perfect. Yeah. So, okay. Maybe some people also just clicked on a stream and they didn't have time and they were just clicking on it and just were like, maybe I'm gonna watch me another time. Okay, now we're gonna draw something that is a little bit more difficult, so we have a lot of suspense. Oh my gosh, this will be exciting, this will be interesting for you. This will be kind of a challenge. It's always cool when there's one more person in the stream, because then it shows me that I'm interesting enough, you know, and that's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna. This is way too thick. Wait, I think it's interesting to see people draw because you can see like, oh no, shit. What is this person? How is this person approaching it? You know. Wait. I have to. You know, every time when I click on the window and I am putting it out, I have to get it back to the usual Arbeitsbereich. I don't know how to say that, I'm German. To the usual working display. I'm gonna say it like this, working display. Okay. Wait, that was not really that great. So, we're gonna draw a buff guy now. His name is Xavier Blisky. This is also something. Maybe I also create momentum by not talking about my manga completely now, and I just when I want to, because it makes it more interesting for people to see when is she finally talking about it? Because they feel like there's a real human being behind it. Behind my videos too, you know. That's fucking cool and interesting, actually. Maybe scientists should write books about it. Am I a psychologist? I'm not, I'm just an artist. Okay. So now the row is appearing really small. Oh no, this person left. Damn. Damn. But in the last days, I reached I got 4 more subscribers. That's really, really cool. That made me really happy. Okay. Okay, so this is Dad. She's so fucking small. Okay. Wait. I'm going to put this scene over here so that I can see what I'm doing. I have to do it a little bit smaller, not too small though. This is how it goes. I try to draw long lines to get a nice flow into it. Wait, so here we are. Okay. This is really important, apparently. Okay, so this is a sword. Okay. You know, I find it a little bit weird when people just watch me because of me and not because of my art. Like, why are you watching me when you don't give a fuck about my art? Especially when I'm drawing. That's kind of weird, to be honest. Yeah, just want to say that. Okay. So okay. I always draw as much until I don't care anymore. Dude, time is passing so fucking fast. I don't like that. You know, it's the whole complete package of what I'm doing. Not just doing one video, it's like the whole complete package that how I make content, what I'm producing, that makes it interesting for people to see what I do and what I am. There's a person behind the screen, you know? Okay. Yeah, this is how it goes. This is a little bit too much. We're gonna go here. That's better. A little bit less. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This. Now, if someone is just watching because they see me, but they don't give a fuck about my art, that's really weird, because then you're like kind of being parasocial. In my, I think, because, yeah. But if you are here because you care, you think it's interesting that I create my art, and you like to see someone being creative, that's cool. Sorry, sometimes I'm a really mistrusting, pessimistic person. And I'm kind of cynical a little bit too. I'm sorry. Okay. Now this part. Okay. The muscles. Muscles are always fun to draw, even though I think I do a lot of mistakes. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I'm not drawing the muscles completely correct. I'm just improvising a little bit. But maybe here another muscle. He's just by existing he gains more muscle, just by poorly existing. They have like something here, right, too, where they're like something like this or something like this. I'm just making this up. Oh my gosh. He has his own kind of muscle. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not sad that there's mostly just 1 or 2 viewers in chat right now, but I just wonder why there were more people on the other days. You know, there were much more people watching usually. Maybe people got used to it and they're bored now and they want to see somebody else. I'm like this too. Sometimes I watch someone, a YouTuber, too much and then I want to see somebody else. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. But I feel good because I feel like I did something for my channel today. You know, I made the chances a little bit higher that more people would see me and more people would subscribe to me. So that's cool, you know? Uh, that's good. Okay. Wait. My line work is getting a little bit better actually. My line work is slowly evolving. That's cool. Wait. Um, I maybe have to draw more. Go into more like real life study sessions, you know, to real life study to learn how to draw anatomy better. That's you can never stop practicing anatomy, you know? Maybe I'm gonna do that too one day to practice to make kind of like anatomy sessions. I mean, I can't show the live models then, obviously, on stream, but I can kind of practice a little bit of anatomy. What do you want to see that? Or like practicing, just practicing art, you know? Maybe I can practice later a little bit of line art. I really have to. You know, there's so many areas you can improve in. Yeah. And I could just. Maybe I should. Maybe it would be a good idea to practice now a little bit of line art because I'm not really good in line art at the moment, and practicing would make me better. Dude, I'm so proud. I draw every day right now and I'm getting better every day. That's so fucking cool. Yeah. Okay, so I wonder how much my phone recharged, because I have to do another 40-minute walk today. Okay. We finished another page. Oh wait, something I forgot. Damn, wait. This. Okay. Okay. So that's the news page. Now a new page. I think I still can grind a little bit, actually. Dude, you know what is fucking cool? The internet, I didn't got kicked out of the internet. That's really cool. But wait a second. I have to drink something. Wait a second. Okay, I'm back. So my phone just has around 20% power, which is not a lot, and I want to go out and walk for a little bit, but I don't want to walk without my phone. Maybe it is because my phone is working hard right now because I get internet from my phone, and yeah, that's maybe too much. Okay, so maybe we're gonna continue. Live stream is already for over an hour. I'm live streaming right now, so I drew over an hour already. I can be proud of myself. So, okay. Yeah, maybe I just have to get streaming longer, you know? Maybe it's hard at the beginning, but the more I'm doing it, the more I get used to stream longer and to actually also draw longer. Page 13. So I drew 2 pages already in 1 hour. That's cool. It's easy because I don't have a lot of backgrounds at the moment. Okay. So, this dude is moving away. He walks away. Like that. You know, streaming just becomes a habit. YouTube just becomes a habit. I'm getting used to it, you know? Big muscle. Big muscle dude. Damn, look at how big he is. Okay, so now we're going to two people watching, two people are watching. Okay, wait, we zero is here. Okay. Okay. We're gonna draw this on the next page. So this is the base, and now we're gonna draw it with more detail. We're going to make the line a little bit smaller. Okay. Wait a second. I want to look something for a second. So this is my manga actually. I just wanted to know it's 8 days. 8 days ago I released the last chapter. 8 days ago. So I released the last chapter, and I'm already almost I accidentally clicked on a stream. What is this? This is a drawing stream. This is a character. I'm drawing a comic. Oh, accidentally? I hope you don't. I hope you're not a mean person. Do you like manga? Because I'm drawing a manga. Yeah. Finally, someone is writing something into chat. Finally! You're the first one actually writing something here into the chat. Because nobody is really. I don't have a lot of viewers at the moment. which is alright. Yeah, I like manga, it's chill. Cool. Yeah, I'm drawing on my own manga right now. Okay. Wait, I have to make the line a little bit thinner that I can draw the eye better. You want to be a YouTuber primarily or manga artist? I would consider myself a manga artist primarily. I just do YouTube as a fun thing, but I take my art more serious than YouTube. You know? I just do YouTube too because I don't know, sometimes I like to do YouTube, but I don't see myself as a YouTuber that much. See myself more as a manga artist who happens to do YouTube too. Even though I stream a lot, but I mean I don't put a lot of work into my YouTube videos. If I would do YouTube as a primal thing, I would cut my videos and I would put much more work into my videos. But I don't do that because I don't give a fuck. But I take my art really serious. Yeah. Okay. So that's the basic. So this is like the basic drawing. Cool question. Oh, so you're just doing YouTube for yourself then? Well, I don't think you would go on YouTube if you're just doing it for yourself. Because I mean, it's a I mean, if you just would like filming with your camera, but you're just doing it for yourself, then you don't have to upload it on YouTube. I think if you're already on YouTube, then you I want people to see me, but I want people to see me mostly for my art I'm doing. And YouTube is a way that new people get into my art. And I want people to watch my videos. It's not like I don't want people to not watch my videos. I'm not just doing it for myself, but I'm just not like the kind of person who's like being like, oh, like I have to do this and this to please the algorithm. Hello. Oh, you were in chat already. You were. I remember your name. Okay. So I actually wanted to end the stream, but I'm gonna work on it a little bit longer. Until I have to do a break because streaming can be really exhausting. Okay, so now I see. For me personally, I just had a YouTube as an archive of my activities, and I got a few thousand subs, but the moment I felt like I had to post, I just deleted everything, lol. Ah, okay. Yeah, I understand. I kind of understand that. Yeah, I kind of like I have the problem when I feel like I have to do YouTube. I have to take it serious, then I don't want to do it anymore. Because then it feels like I'm wasting my time. Because art just feels more meaningful than doing YouTube. You know? I kind of want to stay here right now. It's kind of a chill mood in the chat right now. I don't want to leave. So I'm gonna draw a little bit longer, I guess. So, wait, I have to put this. I have to put this drawing a little bit in front of the chat for a second. I get it, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna draw this dude. When it feels like an obligation, it's the worst. Yeah, and it's especially, I think, for YouTube and for social media in general, because social media just feels like a kind of a waste of time. Like, you don't want to spend your whole life just on social media things. You know, art just feels much more meaningful to me. So now the hard part comes in, because he has a nose, but he has a mask on, and that's kind of hard to draw for me. So we're gonna draw it like this, and like this. His nose is a little bit bigger, and then he has his ear here. Wait, that was kind of a horrible drawing. That kind of looks bad. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. Here. Okay. Okay. And now we're gonna draw the hair. Wait. I still don't really know how to draw his hair. It's still kind of as whatever. It looks better now. Are you a trained artist or self-taught? Making a manga is a pretty big undertaking. Well, I never really got into arts. Like, I didn't study art, but I was still doing some courses about art. Like, I know the fundamentals. Like, I'm just drawing out of my head, and I never practiced anatomy, or I never really studied to understand like the whole stuff, but I'm self-taught. Like, I'm just learned from books or people, you know, who told me some stuff. I was once in a manga course in Japan, actually. Yeah. So yeah, making a manga is pretty hard, but I already have I have 9 chapters out already, but mind you, like, you can see it's not really professional. I have a lot of struggle with backgrounds at the moment. Yeah, you can, like, if you want to read my manga, it's called Stonebreaker. It's on Webtoon, and you can find, I know that sounds like a fucking advertisement right now, but like, you can check it out on my channel in the description. There's the Webtoon link. I'm telling you the Webtoon link, not manga creators, I mean the Webtoon link. I'm gonna show you, wait. So like, on my channel you can check it out. Wait. Wow. That's here. That's my manga. And as I said, I'm not really... Damn! Actually, you know what we could do? When there are more people in the future in the chat, we can read our manga. We can read this manga together, and I could talk about it. And I could, like, damn, you know what I could do? I could improvise. Like, I could really, like, play the characters and be like, yeah. like reading it out for you. Like, that would be a fucking cool thing to do. Yeah, that's my manga basically. Yeah. I know I hope that didn't come off as like a fucking, that's sick, yeah, thank you. Damn, dude. Thanks. I hope that didn't come off as like a fucking creator's vision, and your chat can also give feedback and such. Yeah, true. I'm always open for critique and feedback as long as the person is knowing what they talk about. Because sometimes there are people who critique you, but they just critique you for the sake of critiquing, and they don't even understand the vision. And then I sit there, I'm like, yeah, but this is not what I wanted to do in the first place. But like, I want to see people's thoughts, and I'm generally open for every feedback. You know? It's not like I'm someone okay, they're not me, lol. I mean, you can say like what you see. Everybody, like, it's not like you have to be an artist to be able to criticize work. You don't have to be an artist to be able to criticize work. You know, there are critiques who are better than the artist. Like, they see more stuff than the artist is seeing. But this is just my experience. Sometimes people critique you for stuff that you are not even like, that just doesn't fit your vision. Some people just don't critique right. Or they critique just for the sake of critiquing. But yeah. I'm half Japanese myself, so I grew up reading manga. But I don't know much about the whole process of making one, so I can't comment much. Wow! That's cool. Yeah. I don't know much about the process. I know a little bit about the process from Bakuman, and as I said, I was in a manga course in Japan that was for beginners. So they just taught us like basic stuff, but there were like manga artists looking at my art. You had to pay for it, you know? And it was a manga course by real mangakas in Japan. So I kind of got a little bit of feedback from professionals. It was just a short course for around like 3 months, but damn, it's better than nothing. And dude, I have a crazy story to tell. I'm gonna tell that story one day. I'm gonna tell now. You may not believe me, but you know, Naruto and One Piece was done by Shueisha, right? The publisher Shueisha. And I was in this manga course, and one day this the like, not the leader, the person who was like the teacher of the whole manga course, he came into our class and he was telling us that we can have a fucking that we can go to Shueisha for a day and we can ask the editors questions. And this is fucking insane because it was fucking Shueisha, man. And I know this sounds like I'm coming from nowhere, and I was just in the right course to go there. This is not what they usually do, you know? And he even told us, I know, I'm not making this, I'm afraid to tell the story because I can't really prove it, so I feel like I'm making this up. But we didn't met him. But the person, he told us, like, we could meet the creator of One Piece, maybe, just maybe, when, and we could ask him questions, but it never happened. I didn't met the creator of One Piece because he obviously didn't have any time because they work so hard. But it was like, we could talk to an editor there. He told us, like, nah, you can't talk to the author of One Piece because he is fucking busy, you know, but yeah, it was still cool. And damn, because he was like really seeing, like, he said, like, there's some really cool artists here in class, and I kind of want to give give you the chance to have a trip to Croatia. They never were like, oh, you can publish a Croatia. No. This was just a tourist trip. You know, it was like, you obviously can't like, you can't, like, I mean, I don't know what happens in the future, but it's not like you can just publish at Shonen Jump because as a foreigner, because you have to speak perfect Japanese, and there's so many people in Japan who wanna publish there, so yeah. Thank you that you believe what I say, because like I had one moment in my life where it was like, if I'm gonna tell this online, people think I'm lying, you know? I'm just making the story up. No, I'm not making this up. This really happened. And this really happened. This is the truth. But they don't usually do that. It's not like they do that in every course. You know, it was just, these people was coming up into the course and he was like, damn, here's some really cool artists and I just want to give you the opportunity to show you a little bit, and you know what was fucking insane? He was looking at me, and my art was shitty back then, but he was still looking at me, and he was like, he was kind of had a side eye on me, you know, because he really liked my art. So there were a lot of people who couldn't draw. Thank you that you believe me. So, something that I have to say, the course was a bunch of people who couldn't draw, because most people couldn't really draw there. So I was someone who could draw, like, who had it already as a hobby. I was not a beginner. But there were like two other people who could draw well. One was in an art school, and the other person was just, he was really good. He was drawn really cartoonish, but it looked fucking dope. So we were the only three people who could draw. So he kind of did that because I was there, and because I was one of the people who could draw. You know, because he saw my art and he was like, damn, you can draw really well. And even the manga artists who were looking at my art were like really praising it. They were like looking at it and were like, damn, you can draw. Like, that looks fucking dope. They really liked what I was doing. You know, and this is like the thing, my whole life sounds like a fucking bizarre adventure. I'm gonna say, this is why I am an artist, because my whole life is a fucking weird happening. And I'm gonna talk about this in my YouTube videos and in my manga too. Maybe I have to do a whole video about my life, because my video is not normal. My life is not normal, you know? And I'm nobody's life is normal, but my life is not normal. Even the mix I have. So I'm German Arabic. Arabic people don't really mix with... Arabic people usually marry Arabic people, so already being half Arabic, half German is kind of a unique thing to be. I never met someone who has the same mix. I don't even meet like Arabic people being mixed in general. Like, yeah. So this is already a unique experience. Sometimes I feel like I'm the chosen one. I'm not making jokes here. Dude, my life is not normal. This is why I'm like, damn, my manga will get famous one day, because I have so many things to tell, because my life is just a fucking accident that I don't give a fuck anymore. I got even trouble with the police one day. Sometimes, like, oh gosh. I was not a criminal, but yeah, it's too much. Maybe. Okay. Damn. I learned a little bit Japanese. You have what it takes to break through and be the first German Arabic mangaka for Shonen Jump. I don't think so. I don't think I would go into Shonen Jump because my story is not. There's some dirty stuff happening. It's not a hentai, but there's some stuff happening that would never come into. And nevertheless, I don't think I would make. Like, I think I'm capable of creating a famous story, but I don't think Shonen Jump would care about me. But, nonetheless, I still think a lot of people will read my story in the future. I'm the first German Arabic mangaka, yeah! There's some German mangaka in Germany actually, but maybe the first to break through, that would be really cool. I don't care if I'm the first. It can be someone else with me before. As long as I'm breaking through, it's alright. I don't have to be the first. Probably not their very exclusive club in an... Haha, probably not their very exclusive club in an exclusive society. Do you mean Shonen Jump or do you mean mangaka? Because they are. They're insufferable, but do your own thing, yeah. Do you mean Japanese mangaka? Japanese? Yeah. Yeah, this is like, I know that. You know, I mean, some people are like, yeah, I'm gonna become a mangaka and I think it's like super easy, but I totally know that Japan has a lot of Shonen Jump. Yeah, Shonen Jump. Yeah, it's not like I can just get there. You know, we had one person in class. He was like going to the teacher and he was like, "Can I give them a manuscript? Can I go into that?" And I was like sitting there and was like, "Dude, it's not like." I mean, he was committed. That's cool, but I was like sitting there like, "You are really committed, dude." But you can't even draw. You never draw before, and try it, but well, you can't speak Japanese. So I'm being realistic in that, but I think my story you can get also famous without Shonen Jump. But Japan in general, yeah, this is something what I noticed about Japan too. Japan is exclusive. So I know it's hard to break through as a mangaka when you're not a foreigner. Can you even call yourself a mangaka? When you are a foreigner, you know? I don't know. I call myself a mangaka, I don't give a fuck. But I'm also okay when people would call me a comic artist who is really influenced by the manga style. I mean, like, the thing is, like, in Japan, they just called us manga artists. The Japanese just called us manga artists. They don't give a... Like, they don't... Like, weeps sometimes care a lot. They're like, oh, you're not a manga artist, you're a comic artist. Yes, I think yes, the medium shouldn't be gatekept. Yeah, I think that too. Yeah. I know my art is not the best, but I think it looks kind of charming. I have my own style. I like kind of, but manga is comics, so the distinction is irrelevant. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is what I also understood from that. Okay. Thank you. It's cool to hear that from Japanese people because there's some weeps online who are not Japanese and they seem like they know everything, and then it's like my experience was because I was taught by some manga artists in that school and they just didn't care. They were like so invested in foreigners. There was a manga artist telling us that he wanted to see more manga from people from the whole world, you know? And he would be really interested in seeing stories of foreigners, you know, because they would tell a different kind of story. And so Japanese people don't care that much. This is my experience. Yeah, sorry I scream. I scream. Your style is very good, but again, I can't say much objectively since I'm trash at drawing, haha. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, even people who can't draw can critique art in one way. I mean, yeah, but I mean, of course, if you're an artist, you can give a much better critique because you actually know what you're talking about. But yeah, thank you. I really like to draw buff guys and pretty women. Yeah, I really like to do that. Dude, I get so many nice feedback online. Streaming is really fun. You know, you never would come into my stream. I'm really thankful for this conversation right now. You never would have come into my stream if I would have ended it half an hour ago, because I actually wanted to end it, but I was unsure, and I was like, I'm gonna keep drawing, and now we can. And then 5 minutes later, you came into the stream. Thank you. I just want to know how many people we are actually. We're 2 people in chat, but it's fun. Dude, this is something I'm fucking afraid of. That if I should grow bigger on YouTube, that people, that the community will be more anonymous. I want comments from people who actually care. I don't want comments where people are just, where every comment is the same, you know? I want comments where people, even if I can't answer every comment when there are a lot of people around, but I want something happening in the comment section, because I don't like it when there's nothing going on in the comment section and people are just all saying the same. And this is like the cool thing when you're a small YouTuber. People in the comment section write, you can interact with your community much better. But I still want it. But I see that with some communities. Some communities have really cool comment sections where it's like, yeah, there's still something going on even though the YouTuber is bigger. But it is not by accident, it's because of the YouTuber. So it depends who I am. Okay. Okay. So, my stomach is doing some noise because I drank coffee. I'm obsessed. This year I got addicted with coffee. I got a coffee addiction. I feel that very much. At a point, comments had become much less personal when I started growing on YouTube. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. This is what I'm afraid of. I don't want that. I want the comment section to still be personal, you know? You know, my story will be about, there's one dude, wait, I'm gonna show him to you. Wait a second. I'm gonna show him. This dude, so he is a YouTuber, and he is a big YouTuber. I just introduced him, so there's not a lot of, yeah, you don't really know a lot about him right now, but he is a big YouTuber, and he has, how do you say this? Like, he has a lot of women in his life. And I'm gonna write in depth about this. About his relationship to all those women. Yeah. this is him. He is a cyborg. I know I have to practice, but I think it looks okay. I think it looks okay, alright. Yeah. But I still, yeah. This is the other dude. Yeah. Cute woman. And then he's like, wait, I fucking hate love bombing. Yeah. Yeah. Where's the chat? So, I just wanted to show you that. I'm confused right now. Wait, I want to see the chat. Okay, I don't see the chat, I just see white blank space. Damn! I streamed for 2 hours already. Damn, dude. Haha, that's fire. Thank you. And this is like the thing. I mean, of course, as an author, doesn't matter which gender you are, you can write about the other gender in general. This is a general thing, I would say, yes. But still there's some parts where it's like, where it's getting to points where it's just not that easy to write about the other gender because a man has experienced different stuff than a woman, And I don't fucking know why I want to tell a story like this. Because it's not me being, like, I don't have a crush on my male characters at all. I don't have a crush on them, but I want to I want to write a story about those fuckboys, basically. But there's a lot of more going on in them, and it's a lot about, like, masculinity and stuff, and I don't know why I'm fucking doing this. I'm a woman. Like, why am I talking about male empowerment as a woman? Like, I feel weird about that. I feel like I shouldn't be here. I'm not the right person to talk about this. But then I feel like, I don't care. I think I can do that. I think it's cool, and I think it has personality, and it's just funny that I am a girl. I think it's just really ironic that I am a girl. Yeah. I don't mean, because it's not just, who's to say you can't though? Nobody's saying this, because people look at my art and then they're like, that's fire. And this is like a general thing that I always have my whole life already. That people, every time people see something from me, already when I was a kid, they were looking at me and they were like, become an artist. You have a fucking style going on. Like, go for it. Like, keep going. Like, and people, my whole family, everybody was always supportive of me becoming an artist. Because they just saw a drawing of me and they were like, damn, that looks really iconic. So I'm just used to that people tell me all the time I'm fucking fire when it comes to my art, yeah. Not in other stuff, and I'm a failure in a lot of other things, but even if you haven't lived that life, your experiences inform your perspective. Yeah, true. It gives a nuance and atypical viewpoint from which to frame your characters. Yeah! Oh my gosh, you are smart! Holy shit! Damn. Yeah, that's true. Damn, we have a really cool conversation right now. This is so fucking cool! Oh my gosh. You put it better into words than me, because I'm really not good in words except when my characters talk from my soul. Like, my characters talk from my soul. Like, when I let my characters talk, they're really easy. I can really easily put into words interesting phrases. But I can't really do this as myself, Yeah. Okay. So, we're gonna give this guy a special kind of... I'm just making this up right now. Maybe like this. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Wait, that's confusing. And you put yourself well. Thank you. Thanks. Especially for a non-native English speaker. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's because I consume a bunch of English-speaking people, especially... I think a lot of channels I'm subscribed to are American people, not because I especially want to listen to American people, but it just happens that I listen to a lot of people from America, some people from Australia, some people are British, I can't say the word right. And I understand the struggle. My English was very poor for most of my life. I wasn't that great in English when I was in school. I was alright. But I got pretty good for YouTube. Okay. So, now I have to do the outlines. Oh, no, wait, I forgot something. This is really important. This. Dude, like sometimes I feel like my story is good, but nobody seems to care. But people always tell me it's fire, so that motivates me. Where English speakers cover a wider breadth of breadth of content. Yeah, true. Of course. This is why I'm more into English speakers on YouTube, English content. So usually I'm drawing with no background because I really don't know when to put background and when not. But I think I'm gonna draw a little bit of a background here. But I'm gonna draw the characters first, and then I'm gonna add some some bystanders. I mean, promotion is simply the biggest hurdle to overcome. Yeah. I mean, I don't force myself to promote. Like, I'm not like, oh, I have to go on TikTok and promote myself. You know, I just like to do YouTube, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about my manga sometimes, and I'm gonna say something about it, and I hope people listen to it and check it out. Breaking through is just as much of a struggle. Yeah, that's true. It's just hard to get to be seen. But I'm not giving up. You know, I was first uploading at Manga Creators, and I got there a bunch of 1,000 readers, over 8,000 readers, but they deleted one of my chapters. There's nothing wrong in my chapters, but for some reason they said there's hate speech, even though there's no hate speech at all. But yeah, for some reason, this is why I'm uploading on Webtoon, and I'm kind of safe at Webtoon, but I'm getting a lot of less readers, so yeah. But that also depends on how much you do it for yourself versus trying to make a career wanting publicity. So, I don't give a fuck about having a career. I don't have to. I don't care if I don't make any money with my art. I just wanna get my art out there and get it seen by a lot of people. I want to be a big artist, but not because for the money. This is why I'm learning to program right now, to work part-time as a programmer, that I don't have to struggle too much as an artist because it's really hard to make money as an artist. I just want to be seen. Yeah. I don't care if I never make art with money with my art. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be famous. Yeah. Sorry, that laugh was kind of stupid. Yeah. Because, like, I mean, if I should get famous, I probably can live from it, you know, but, I mean, it would be cool to one day live from my art, that I can do it all day. You know? I don't know if that will ever happen. His hair looks cool, actually. I'm getting... I can draw his hair better now, I think. Wait. That looks much better, because usually I'm not really good in drawing his hair. I'm slowly evolving. By the way, if the internet should be bad, I'm gonna getting kicked out of the stream, then I have to restart the stream. But it didn't happen in the last 2 hours, so maybe we're lucky today. Okay, wait, I'm going to do this a little bit smaller, a little bit... Okay. I wish I could say something substantive about the optics of your ambition, but I know nothing about the whole art scene, as I keep saying. It's alright. Don't worry. It's okay. It already was a really in-depth conversation, I think. It was a good conversation. It was really good so far to talk to you. So, it's alright. Hi! There's a new person. Hello. Okay. So, I draw this character like this. Wait, I want to see something for a second. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. We're free. The stream is already going for 3 hours. For 2 hours. Sorry. Okay. Yes, and thank you. Help me kill time while eating and before I have to get back to my life. But I subscribe to you and maybe come back around. Cool. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. I think your internet is slow. The chat is off timing. Yeah, my internet is slow. But I can't change that at the moment, sorry. And we probably have to live with this a much longer time than you think. But, it's another subscriber. Thank you. Yeah, I know that, not from my own experience, obviously, because I'm not Japanese, but I know that Japan is a really, like, fucking hard-working culture. Bye. Cool. Okay. Damn, we have 4 viewers already. I kind of don't want to stop the stream right now. It's so fun to see more people. Because, like, at the beginning it was just two people, like, one person. And now there are more people. That's so fucking cool. Wait, I have to... Gosh. This looks fucking stupid right now, but... Sometimes I'm like, I don't care if it looks stupid, I just let it be like that. Oh gosh. Oh no, I'm crying! No! I am crying because of my own insanity. No, we're just... 1 viewer! We were 4 viewers for a second and then it's just... came back to 1 viewer. Okay. Okay. I drove for 2 hours already. I can be proud of myself, damn. Damn, talking to this one half Japanese dude was really fucking cool. Because it just made me really motivated for my manga. I can tell you, 1 person makes a difference. 1 person fucking makes a difference. And that looks like a fucking ass on his shoulders. Oh gosh. That is a fucking funny idea, like someone who has like an ass as oh my god, I have such a crazy day. Like he's making transforming his ass into muscles. So he has a bunch of asses instead of muscles on his body. Damn, that's an insane idea. I'm laughing here forever alone in this chat because nobody gives a fuck right now. But like, I think it's really cool. Yeah. Damn, that's an awesome idea. Oh! Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dude, I have crazy ideas for my story. I have so crazy ideas for my story. And I can tell you it will be a fucking roller coaster. I can tell you that. Yeah. It will be a fucking roller coaster, baby. It will be a fucking roller coaster. Okay. I don't know really what I'm doing with this muscle here, but it looks good. I have to practice anatomy. I'm just making up muscle. This is also a cool idea. And this girl, she can draw really well, and she just makes up muscles. She just makes up muscles. Doom, I'm just coming up with ideas on the get-go. For real. And I'm not writing them down. I'm not forgetting this, you know? If I'm forgetting this, you have to remember me. So, there's this girl, and she draws muscles, And she just creates more muscles for a dude. So she draws some muscles on his body so he gets stronger. But he has so many muscles that he can't move anymore. And then she just stretches his muscles. Yeah. Yeah. I'm crazy. Nobody is reacting. Dude, I'm gonna remember this joke. And I'm gonna repeatedly do this joke in chat until more people see it and everybody is laughing together with me. I have to keep doing this joke. Okay. So, I was streaming for 2 hours, and I think now is a good time for me stopping the stream. Because, I don't know, I just feel like that. I had a good conversation. I felt like I accomplished something. So when I feel like I'm accomplished something, I just don't want to do it anymore. Because I'm just going baby steps. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going out now. I'm not going out. I'm gonna go out of the stream now. I hope I can go out now for 40 minutes and have a healthy walk. I'm not just walking, I'm also working out, but my muscles are still hurting from the latest workout, so I have to do a break. But I think tomorrow I can hopefully can work out again. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next stream. Okay.